You know, prehistoric deserts created some of the toughest animals the world has ever seen, and one of them was Bunostegos acacanensis, who lived in Niger, Africa from around 265 to 252 million years ago, and it had to survive those difficult arid conditions being just a herbivore. Luckily, resilience was in its DNA, with its closest relatives being the Periosaurs, ancient reptiles that tended to be stocky and well armored. Bunostegos was one of the larger Periosaurs, being about 8 feet and 2 inches long, which is about the size of a modern cow. It was probably pretty tall too, because unlike its relatives, its forelimbs didn't have that low, sprawling reptile stance. Instead, Bunostegos had an upright posture with part of the shoulder oriented downwards and to the back. Its limbs also had a front-to-back movement, which would allow it to move more efficiently and consume less energy. And that must have been insanely helpful when you had to cross 1,000 sand dunes to reach the next patch of plants. But also try to imagine seeing the herds traveling and kicking up clouds of dust like a living force of nature. However, paleontologists don't have the tracks or the bone beds to confirm such a behavior, so it's safer to assume it traveled alone, which must have been a horrifying experience for Bunostegos to travel alone for weeks with only the sun to keep it company. And it must have been a huge relief to see another member of its species as a tiny silhouette of horns approaching in the distance.